Hey, what's going on everybody? It's etaprime back here again. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new mod case for the Steam Deck from JSaux. Now, I've been waiting for this for a little while. Ever since they announced it, I definitely wanted to get my hands on it because what we have here is a fully modular case with a bunch of different accessories that we can add to the Steam Deck. The case itself does come with a strap system, which would easily allow you to kind of mount a battery on the back of the Steam Deck while it's in the mod case. But they also offer some awesome accessories which fully integrate with the mod case, like a cooling fan add-on, an M.2 SSD, and their 11-in-1 docking station. Now before we get into it, I do want to mention that my Steam Deck has been modded. I've got the JSaux rear transparent shell, which also comes with a nice little cooling plate integrated into the rear shell. I did a video on this a couple weeks ago, but the reason I mention it is this cooling plate here. Now, I do get cooler temps with this on the back of the Steam Deck or with this installed on the Steam Deck. So once we add the fan accessory, we might be seeing lower temps than you would with a stock Steam Deck. So yeah, I've been waiting for the mod case for a little while now. On paper, it looks like a really good idea. And the accessories they offer kind of mount right on the back of this without any magnets. But as you can see, it does come with a protective cover. We've got those raised analog stick spots, so if you did want to throw this in a backpack, you don't have to worry about those getting messed up or anything like that. Cover pops right off here, and we've got the strap system, which we'll take a look at in a second, which I think is a really good idea. Even if you just want to pick up the case, it's going to come with that. But getting right down to the case itself, it's constructed of a hard plastic and a medium rubber. We've also got a little metal here with the kickstand, and this will actually offer a little better cooling performance if you've opted to use the transparent JSaux rear shell. But overall, looking pretty good. Steam Deck's going to slide right down into it. The rubber on the outer edges where our palms are going to go does have a little bit of grip to it, so that's really nice. If you got sweaty hands while you're playing for a long time, it's not going to slip out on you. But one of the most interesting things about the mod case itself is the strap system. On the back of the case, you can see we've got this little raised spot here, and this is where our accessories are kind of going to slide right in. So with the strap system that does come with the mod case, we can put it right there. It's kind of like a watch band, and I mean, if it came down to it, you could use this as a gigantic, super heavy Pip-Boy if you wanted to. But really, I think the main use for this strap system would be an external battery. I use a 20,000 milliamp hour battery, did a video on it, I'll leave a link for it in the description, and it should fit in here really nicely. Definitely going to add some heft to the Steam Deck, but you know, adding a few hours of gameplay is definitely worth it in my opinion. Getting the Steam Deck in the mod case is pretty easy. We've got a little bit of pliable rubber on the outer edges here, so it's kind of going to just slide right in. Need to make sure we get it up over the analog triggers. And there it is. I mean, it's installed. Hassle-free. We can strap the front cover right on here if we want to, and it does have a nice grip to it right there where our palms are going to go. I think it looks kind of industrial. I mean, I kind of dig the way this thing's turning out so far. It's got a built-in kickstand. Take a look at that in a second, but let's go ahead and put that front cover on, or the protective cover. So basically, you want to start with the top first. It's going to clip right down on here, and yeah, throw this in your backpack. Don't have to worry about scratching the screen up or messing up those analog sticks at all. A lot of the cases I've seen on the market with kickstands use plastic flimsy kickstands, but this is constructed of metal here. And that hinge does seem very durable. Takes a little bit of force to engage the kickstand, so it's not going to be flapping around while you're playing this in handheld mode. And we can set this up at several different angles. And while we have accessories strapped to the Steam Deck or the mod case itself, it's going to work out just fine. And the first accessory I wanted to look at was their 11-in-1 docking system. So with this, we get our smaller USB Type-C cable. That's what's going to connect the dock to the Steam Deck. And this has a ton of different ports. We've got HDMI, DisplayPort, dual USB Type-C. Around the other side, two USB 3.0 ports, full-size and micro SD, plus a 3.5mm audio jack. The dock itself could be used without having to strap it to the back of the Steam Deck, but it does come with the mod case mounting accessory. And we're just going to slide the dock right in there. Now we can go ahead and mount this to the back of the Steam Deck. We don't have to worry about magnets or anything like that. It's going to slide right on. And once it's in there, I mean, it's not going to slide off of there. You definitely got to give it a little bit of force, but I needed to make sure this is in the correct orientation. And with this, obviously, we'll need to connect it to the USB Type-C port on the Steam Deck to get connection to it. Comes with everything you need to get it mounted up and installed on the Steam Deck. So now we've got micro SD, full-size SD, HDMI, DisplayPort, extra USBs, and you can route this USB cable any way you want. This is just the way I went with it. The dock supports 100 watt PD fast charging, but keep in mind the Steam Deck can only be charged at a maximum of 45 watts. HDMI will support up to 8K 30Hz, 4K 120, or 2K 144. DisplayPort is around the same, except 2K we can go up to 165. And while using the HDMI and DisplayPort at the same time, we can only do up to 4K 60. Not bad at all. I mean, that's all we really need. Plus, we've got up to 104 megabytes per second on the micro SD and full-size SD card reader. Gigabit Ethernet, extra USBs. I mean, we've got everything we need here in a docking system for the Steam Deck. But the next accessory that I wanted to take a look at was one that I was most interested in. And that's their new cooling fan accessory. This is actually pretty awesome. It'll work without the mod case. It does come with an adapter to kind of mount it on the back of your Steam Deck without the case. And I've seen a lot of these cooling systems listed on Amazon and eBay. 99% of them need to be plugged in, but this has its own built-in battery. It's got a 2000 milliamp hour battery. We've also got full control over the fan speed. You're going to charge it up with the USB Type-C port on the bottom. And I can tell you right now, yeah, this definitely lowers the temps on the Steam Deck. We've got the fan control knob over here, so we've got full control over that. And like I mentioned, this does work without the mod case. It comes with this little adapter that's going to kind of just mount on the back of your Steam Deck. It's got a little bit of a sticky back to it. But instead of kind of blowing on the back of the Steam Deck like a lot of the coolers you're going to see on Amazon and eBay, this actually connects to the outlet vent on the top of the Steam Deck, so it pulls more air through over the internal cooler. Adding it to the Steam Deck is really easy, whether you have the mod case or not. It comes with that adapter that you're going to stick right on the back. But with this, it's just going to kind of slide right on. And once we turn this on, it's actually going to start to extract heat out of the Steam Deck. Now we're going to go full blast with it. And I'm not sure if you can hear that, but at full blast, I mean, it definitely makes some noise. It's louder than the Steam Deck's internal fan, but we're moving a lot more air than the internal fan can. And of course, we need to test out this fan system. So right now I've got Spider-Man Miles Morales running. It's been up for about 7 minutes. In that time frame, CPU and GPU temperatures are around 75 to 76 degrees Celsius. We've got it listed right there on screen. Now I'll go ahead and add the fan system, turn it on full blast. You can definitely feel it drawing the heat out of the Steam Deck. And it doesn't take long at all. I mean, you kind of get an immediate effect. In about 60 seconds, the temps drop by 6 degrees Celsius on the CPU and GPU. So yeah, I mean, this definitely works, but basically what's happening here is we're able to pull more air through the Steam Deck over the internal cooler. And you can achieve this same kind of effect by upping the Steam Deck's fan speed. So if you wanted to go that way, you could, but I kind of like the idea of having this add-on here. I know it's not for everybody, and you know, at full blast it is a bit loud, but if I've got the volume up to around 60%, 70% on the Steam Deck, I don't even notice the fan, so I'm kind of good to go with something like this. And as you can see, the temps have fallen by about 5 degrees Celsius, and if I go for a few more seconds, we get down to around 69 degrees Celsius on the CPU and GPU, bringing it down a total of 6 degrees Celsius, which is a significant drop, but again, you can achieve this by upping the internal fan speed if you wanted to go that route. And the final thing we're going to take a look at is the strap system. My main use case scenario for this would be mounting up an external battery. This is my go-to battery for the Steam Deck. I did a video on it a while ago, and yeah, I mean, it will support 45 watts, so we can fast charge the deck. It is a bit heavy, but you know, if you want a couple more hours of runtime out of the Steam Deck, then this is something you might want to add. So I've got it situated in the strap. It's not going to go anywhere, and it's just going to slide right on here. And obviously, we'll need to plug it into the deck. I've got a shorter USB Type-C cable, so you can route this any way you'd like. Having a 90-degree adapter really helps out, but now I've got this mounted up, and we're charging the Steam Deck's battery. So I can add about 2 hours of battery life to the Steam Deck, you know, at full boat with this external battery connected to the deck. And of course, you're going to add weight to the Steam Deck, and it really depends on the battery pack you're using. You could go with a battery pack that uses plastic casing to keep the weight down, but I love this aluminum battery here. And yeah, I mean, full 45 watt quick charging for the deck, and it sits on here really nicely. So overall, I've really been enjoying the mod case. I'm glad that they do at least send the strap with the case itself, but if you want that fan accessory or the external dock accessory, you're going to have to buy those separately. It's going to protect the Steam Deck. I mean, it's not going to get scratched up, especially with the protective cover over the front if you're going to be carrying this around in your backpack. We also have this really sturdy kickstand built into the case, but the main claim to fame, and my favorite thing about it, is the fact that we can add all of these accessories to the back of the Steam Deck with the ModCase. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you're interested in picking up the ModCase or just learning more about the accessories, I'll leave some links in the description. But yeah, I mean, if you've been waiting for a case, I can highly recommend this one here, especially if you're going to utilize that mounting system, even if it's just for an external battery. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And like always, thanks for watching.